And now we are live. So hi YouTube. And that's it. It's not a class. We have other languages if you are interested. Yeah. And we have Italian, Spanish, French, meditation,
Italian and German.
Italian. Yeah, and German. Oh my God. Yeah. It's because it's on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. Please give me the host and I will split you in small rooms. But before this, the questions are in chat. Guys, remember that this meeting is not an interview. This meeting is a conversation. So feel free to create other topics, other questions, to ask something not in the topic. The topic is just to guide you, you know, but you don't need to go in this way all the meeting. So feel free to go in the way that your room is going. I'm creating the rooms. Okay. If you need something in your Zoom, there is a button, ask for help. You can click there if anything happens. And if you feel uncomfortable with anything that can happen here, you can back to the main room and talk with me or Lois or any host that you want, and we'll solve your problem. Okay, so let's go. Accept the invitation in your screen. No. Oh my God. I got a problem when I was creating the rooms. I hope they back.
So
Okay.
what happened?
Yeah, I created the rooms, but I didn't exclude one room, and
Okay.
it's something that is normal here. It's just my attention.
Okay.
Guys, I think now okay, just accept the invitation, and I hope everything is going okay. Let's go. Yes, it's okay. Hello, girls. You are in the main room. Let's start with our presentation. Fernanda, could you start?
Yes, good morning, girls. My name is Fernanda. I'm from Bahia and I'm 27 years old. And I enjoy with TNT since December. And I'm a teacher and lawyer.
And you, Lenny?
Hello, my name is Lene. I'm 30 years old. I live in Santa Catarina in city Laje. I have one daughter. I work in law as a lawyer.
Oh, that's Fernanda. And you, Deborah? Your age, city, your job, hobbies?
My name is Deborah, and I'm from São Paulo. São José dos Campos. It's next to São Paulo City. And I have 21 years old. I am 21 years old, and I'm making College of Architecture.
Amazing. I am 26 years old. I live in Juiz de Fora, Minas Gerais, the state of Pão de Queijo. And I am a physiotherapist, postgraduated in women's health. And that's the reason I bring this topic about sex education. And I am married since 2016, and I have a little dog. And I'm host here in TNT almost for 10 months. So let's go. Let's start. And the question number 1, could you define sex education, sex ed? How do you imagine works at school? Lenny, do you want to start?
I know see the question in the chat.
Oh, just a second, I will send again. And now?
Okay. I like this topic, but it's a complication. I have one daughter. She have 7 years old. So I talk with her. Is careful, is I complicated after I talk more.
Okay, no problem, no problem. In my opinion, sex education is related with any kind of education. For example, financial education, about self-care education, about when you need to learn how to drive, to get your license, I don't know. And sex education is part of this kind of education. And I really don't know how it works at school, because when I was at school, I didn't have this topic, this education or anything related with this. I just remember about one teacher, then I will talk in the medium of our talk. But sex education is to give information about anything related with sex and gender, and I don't know about this. It's a so hard topic that I bring, but I don't know how to talk a lot about this topic. So I created this, and we can talk together. And you, Yolanda, how did you define sex education?
I think sex education is related to health too, because in school we learn, okay, we need to make exercise and eat healthy food, but sex education is so important than learning at school, because we grow up at the most of our childhood, and when was younger, we are in the school, so it's the local when we are spend the most time of our life. So I think that sex education can prevent some aggressions, with kids, with younger, and when I don't know, but earlier the people are aware about this, we can avoid some problems.
Yeah, and you, Deborah?
I agree with Fernanda, and I think that sexual education is so important because there are so many parents that don't talk about this topic at home, and this topic is like I don't know how can I say in English, but it's a taboo, and I think it's so important you to know this to, for example, in the case of genders, you can learn how to respect and understand how the other persons think and how they how the people feeling about themselves. And I think it's so important because we can talk about it, and if it is in a school at school, some people thought about it and they thought how it could be teach for the children and the students. So the language, the idea, it will all be adequate for for the age of the people.
Yes. Lenny, do you know how sex education works in your daughter's school? If the teacher said something, or I don't know.
No, my daughter is a online class. The pandemic, no studying in the school sexual education. I remember in my school uh, last 3 years, I one teacher, the biology is a talk about the sexual education. Is very important for me in the years uh, later. Um, is careful and talk and explain as is nice doenças transmissíveis is a Spanish. My teacher is talking very much and this topic.
Yes. The question number 2 is related with this. In your classroom, did someone teach you about sex ed? Yeah, when I was in school, as Lenny said, the biology teacher talk a little bit about condom, how to put it, and what's important to use. But she explained about the bodies, man and woman's body, and I just read about this. But I think the important things that we need to know, I didn't learn at school, about how to prevent pregnancy and things related with this. I didn't learn there. And I even don't know how I learned it because my parents didn't talk with me about this. So I think it's really, really important. And you, Deborah, how was it in your classroom?
In my classroom, it was a little traumatizing because when I was 11 years, 10 years, about that, I had I had some of sexual education, talk about the bodies and talk about how we can put a condom, for example. So it wasn't the right way, I think, because I don't know how to explain it, but I didn't like it because I think the teacher could use language, a different language a different language, and I don't know. I think we could do that in other way to explain more and better, and not like was with me, because I get in that way. In that way, the teacher say us to put a condom, in something. How can I say? 1 second. A condom with de borracha, sabe? And no one knows how to do that, and everybody gets pregnancies, and we are in pairs, so we need to stay with a balloon with water in our in your stomach. So we need to stay like that for one month, because we don't know how to do that, but no one tell us how to do that.
Yes.
And I think it's not the right way. We can do that better.
Yeah. When I was reading about this topic, I realized that most of the people who talk or who try to teach something related with this topic, they trying to say, no, don't do this, don't do this. It's easier to say, yes, you should do this, you should do this. So teach you how to do. And in this story that you told us, it's clear that she was making, how can I say this? She made you be afraid about this, right? Not to face it as it's a common thing that will happen with everyone. Sexual thing it's related with healthy. So it's one of the things that we count about the quality of healthy. So quality of life, so it's important, and we need to face this topic as a normal topic, not as a thing that, oh my God, I don't know, no one teaches me, but it's happening. And about you, Fernanda, did someone teach you about this?
I have some classes at school in biology, like you, Anna. But I think that people misunderstand about sex education, because it's not encourage you have a relationship, It's just to understand how the things happen and how our body works. And when it's for me, I just study at school this part, and learning just on the internet and with friends, because it's not a subject that we can discuss in family sometimes.
Yes. In the chat, I put a definition about sex education. It's related with woman sexuality, I don't know, including emotional relation. Oh my God, some women and some men also, they don't know how to say some things related with emotional things and the responsibilities, human anatomy, sexual activity, sexual reproduction, age of consent. It's so important. That you have to consent a sexual relationship, a sexual relation, or no reproductive health, reproductive rights, safe sex, birth control, and sexual abstinence. It's so big, and sometimes they just try to teach us something that it's not usual. Okay, question number 3. Are you for or against sex education politics at school? What do you think, Deborah? Are you for or against this topic?
I'm for this topic. I think it's so important, because like you said, your parents didn't talk about it, and the school isn't doing that, so someone needs to tell the children, the teens, how it works and how it is, because this part of life is so important for all the people. So I think it's important, and I'm for it, and I think it's important.
Yes. And you, Lenny, I think your opinion, it's the opinion that I really want to listen, because you are a mom, and I don't know how I would think about this with my daughter or with my son.
Yes, it's a complication. I'm a 4, but depende the old.
Yes.
I think it's okay. The age more 10 years old,
Yeah.
but in our society is society is start very early. In my city, I listen other children talking in 8, 9 years old. Is a very bad in one form. Topic is a vaccine for children. I don't remember the name. Is
HPV.
HPV.
Yeah.
yes, the vaccine HPV is a age is 9 years old today. Is a difficult for me. A similar the why is 9 years old today? Is very early for is a kids.
Yeah.
But is necessary 9 years old start very early live sexual is is a bad in the one form, but is common in our society.
Yeah. The vaccine is in this age because it needs to be, the girl needs to take the vaccine before to start the sexual activity, because if she get contact with a guy without condom, and this guy had some virus or something like this, if she take the vaccine after this episode, the vaccine will not be effective. But an example, I consider 9 years old so young to start a sexual activity, but some, because in my culture, the people that I know, it's near than me, they start the sexual activity lately, but some kids are starting with 9 years old, so they need to take care about all kinds of reality. So my reality is not the whole reality. It's really hard, but I get you. It's really hard. And you, Fernanda, what do you think? Are you for or against?
Yeah, I'm for too, because it's so important for girls and boys, and it's not just about to prevent pregnancy, but teaching the children said, okay, don't touch me because I don't want, and learning these things because children don't know about it. So I think we don't need to teach the children early about pregnancy and things like that, relationships, but we can teach, okay, if you um if you see a stranger, don't let he or her touch you, or if you don't like the person, you okay, go away them, because we saw so many bad news in the TV, and sometimes the people that close the children, then family, and also it's so hard to see, and I think we can start to teach the children so early about this area, not about the condom and the other things, but this area is so important.
Yeah, I totally agree. And when I worked in a so far community here in my city, we listen many stories about sexual education. They really need this because some women were watching the condom. They used the condom and didn't discard. They watch it to use again because they don't know. They really don't know what to do. If you wash your clothes, why you cannot wash your condom? Why not? Because they really don't know. They have no idea. And I listened other story that the woman just got the pill when she get the relation. In the day that they had the sexual relation, they got the pill. But if she didn't get any relation, she's not taking the pill. And about the pill that you take it the next day, pílula do dia seguinte. Some woman was taking every time that she got a relation, she was taking the pill of the after day. So it's not healthy. They deserve this kind of knowledge, but they don't have. They don't have. No one tell them how to do. So it's so sad to listen that people that live in the same city that you, that take the same bus that you, that is your friend, maybe your friend don't know. So it's really, really hard. But okay, next question. Who is responsible for sex education in your country nowadays? What do you think, Deborah? Who is responsible for this challenge? Sex education is a challenge.
I think nowadays nobody's doing that. Nobody's responsible because it's not happening at home and at school. It's not. It's just the know of the body. It's biology class, and I think nobody is doing that in the right way, like you say in the chat, like it's all the things we need to have the sexual education, and but I think that the schools need to do that because if nobody's doing the institute that is doing that needs to do that is the school because it's where the teens are, the children are.
Yes, I agree. And you, Lenny, in your opinion, who is responsible for sex education?
I think one part is school, but more important part is a family, is a mother and a father. Learn your kids, your daughter, your son, um, careful your body, yourself, and talk and health and no, yes, a talk and is a parent learn your kids. But I important in the school and the impregnate and the doenças transmissíveis I know in the English and the other comportment in the society.
Yeah, I agree. And I was remember about hygiene. I don't know how to say this in English, hygiene. Because I remember when I was at school, they were teaching us how to brush the teeth, but they don't teach us how to care about our body, how to have the correct hygiene. And it's a big problem that if you are not a health professional, you cannot even imagine how many people comes into our sex session that don't know the basic, the really basic. They don't, and they think they know because our society doesn't say the opposite. They just think that they are doing correct. And you, Fernanda, who is the responsible for this topic?
I think in the real life, we don't have anyone responsible, but in the perfect life, the responsible is school and family together because it's the when we are was younger, we share this time, the most time with or at school or at home with our family. So I think this responsible should share between them. And yeah, yeah, I think that's it.
Yes. I love this question, the question number 5. In your opinion, what topics about sex education should involve and what topics sex education should not involve? What do you think, Deborah? What the schools can teach the students or what they cannot teach?
I think that seeing what you're saying here, what is the sexual education, I think that the schools should teach, for example, responsibilities, what you have to do, and respect, and for example, teach about transmission diseases and how the body works, like your hormones, and how you can use a pilula. I don't know how can I say in English. How can I use we can say about health and the rights you have and when it's okay, when it's not okay, because I think there are so much disrespecting mainly for women in this case, and I think it should be taught, and the family should teach about it too, about I think the responsibility, the consent, the safe sex, and the birth control, sexual abstinence. I think the family should talk about it too. But I think the school needs to talk about more the technical things, and the school about ethics and things like that. The family should know because it depends on the family, right? So the family should talk about it.
Yes, yes, I really agree. And in the perfect world, I have the family and the school should work together, you know. So the family should know what the school is teaching, and the family should, I don't know if the family should agree, you know, because we know some family will not agree with this kind of knowledge at school. And I really don't know, but I think the family should reinforce at home what the school it's doing and going the same way. Because an example, if Lenny, an example, she decided to teach her daughter just with 15 years old, and the school is teaching with 19 years old. Something will not work, you know, because the kids will be lost in this knowledge. So in the perfect world, I think everything that the school will teach, the family will reinforce or give what the family thinks about this. An example, I think things related with gender, it's really complicated the school teach, because some family doesn't agree with some kinds of gender, and all this thing that all of you know that this happened. So if the family knows what the school is teaching, the family will say what this family believes, you know. So if I don't know how to explain, I'm confused about this, but I know if both works together, everything will be okay and it works. But if the school should talk about this and the family should hide this topic of the children, it will not works. And how it will not works. Annie, and about you, what do you think the sex education should involve?
I think the school is learning and consequences and the health and careful and pelo seguinte, as consequências. And a family is other things. And your body is a between two and the school and parents is a good work, but it is not real today.
Yes. And you, Fernanda, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the same, that should actually teach learning at school and we felt like you said at home, but I think it's not real, unfortunately, because I think okay, the school teach biology and about issues, issues no, but uh, how can I say, doenças?
Disease.
Yeah, disease and condom and the other about body. But sometimes at home people treat the thing about joke, you know. I'm so angry when people said ask a kid, oh, what is your boyfriend? What is your you know, your girlfriend? But it's just kids, and it started to joke with this, and this it started to, I don't know, it's not the right way, you know, to start a conversation with people like this. And just kids, okay, 5 years, 6 years, and I'm so when people when adults said that with kids.
Yes, yes, I really agree. Welcome back, guys. How was the conversation?
It was very nice.
Okay, now I have a surprise for all of you. We have a short video that we'll watch together about sex education, because if there is some doubt about this topic or something that you didn't get, let's know how sex education works in all of our world. But this is the privilege for who is